Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Shauna. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. As you know, we've been phasing through this periodic table series, right? But every now and again, the Most High will give me something to discuss mid-series, and I know it's important. So, yesterday was the Pride Parade. I'm in the tri-state area, so I'm not sure where you are, but it was the Pride Parade where I am, and I just want to have this discussion. About a year ago, we discussed the difference between transvestite, transgender, gay, lesbian, and we went into how the female is the offset or the base of gender, and then as time goes on, male genitalia producing, things like that. We discussed that. I want to go back into that, but first I just want to speak about a few things. We did speak about how same-sex is an abomination, right? We know about Sodom and Gomorrah. We know about how it's an abomination for people of the same sex to be intimate with one another physically, right? We know all those stories about how the religious books tells us that these things are not good. And in fact, even if you just look at science, it goes against the natural order of things, right? People of the same sex cannot naturally reproduce, which goes against the order of nature. But I just wanted to go into how this is a spirit. Some people are same-sex just because that's how they are. It doesn't mean they were molested, even though more than 80% of people who are same-sex, meaning gay, bisexual, lesbian, whatever, were molested, right? That's one component. Of course, the social, factors are included. What's going on right now in the world with everything being pushed on all of us, not just the kids. It's being pushed in our subconscious. And I just wanted to go into how this is a spirit. Now, I've been open about my experience in the past of being attracted to women, and I've went into how I'm no longer, going to be doing that, obviously, because I am going to be deciding to choose to live a more righteous lifestyle, and also because physically as women we have a lot of things that go on with us that I don't feel another woman should be munching on, right, or digging her face or fingers in, right? To each his own. I don't judge. Beautiful women exist everywhere. So if you like women and you're a woman, I'm not mad. I'm not speaking against you. And if you're a man who likes men, I'm not speaking against you. What I am saying is how this is an energy. I was attacked by the spirit of lesbianism over the course of this weekend. And I just think it's funny how I didn't even know. Somebody actually called me yesterday and told me that the parade was yesterday. So I just thought that was even more confirmation that this energy is within the air, and it's just latching on to whomever is going to be a willing vessel. But I want to go back, right? Let's look at science for a bit, right? Let's look at science and let's really pay attention to some things. I have always stated that I feel like when people are same sex, it has a lot to do with molestation, but more so science. We start out as females, right? We all start out as women. Totally Googleable information. You can look into this yourself, right? Now, around the 4th or 5th week, the androgens, right? These beautiful hormones, they develop and they start to determine the gender. And then around the 9th week, the genital tubercle will turn into either a clitoris or a penis. And then around the 14th or 15th week, it'll be apparent what the gender of the baby is, right? Now, what's crazy about all of this is that we have our own desires, right? They come natural to you. You can definitely feel like you've been born this way. As we know, hormones play a role. Environment plays a role. And not just on a grand scale. I mean, even in the home. Obviously, yes, molestation, being around people who already live that lifestyle, feeling like you're just not attracted to the opposite sex, physically and emotionally, whatever, right? All of those things play a role. But when you look at science and the environment and you combine those things, it is highly likely that someone can be attracted to the same sex. And if not taught, you would feel it's okay. And if you feel that it is you, it is okay. However, I think it's important that we pay attention to the influences that are navigating these decisions, because if you indulge in both, it is definitely a decision to engage in same-sex relations, right? Obviously, if you feel like this is something that you do, that you're born to do, you were born this way, then this is not pertaining to you. But if you are bisexual, mainly, you have to really pay attention to the energy that comes with deciding to deal with someone of the same sex. Now, if you are naturally and organically sexually attracted to someone of your same sex, ask yourself, what is it about this person that is attracting you? Especially if you have decided that you would no longer be dealing with someone of the same sex. Ask yourself, what is it that is making this person attractive? Then look at yourself and figure out what is going on with you that you are willing to participate in this type of behavior. I mean, really analyze yourself. I'm not saying that you're wrong or right. Remember, this has nothing to do with me saying what's wrong and what's right, but more so looking at the factors that can lead to same-sex behavior and interest. Okay? Really pay attention. This is important because, number one, the ability for life to be cut short is highly likely if we are all engaging in same sex. We're definitely going to have a decrease in population, right? And again, it goes against the natural order of things. So that's the first layer to this. Now, we can look at this socially, we can look at this spiritually, and we can look at this scientifically. Okay? There are several perspectives to observe this, I want to call it an epidemic. And the world as you know it has always been this way. You were just too young to see it for what it was. So gay people have always existed. No matter what time frame you were born. The acceptance, right? We know this. But why? What is it about now during these times where same-sex relations are more accepted now than ever? So much so that laws have been created to promote, encourage, and protect people who practice this lifestyle. Again, I'm not shaming or condemning anyone. I swear I'm not, I promise. I'm opening the door to understanding. People who don't believe that you can be born like this, it's possible because of the hormones. I always believed that there was some sort of mishap during the transition from female to male. I've always felt like that. So that's if you're questioning if this can actually be something that a person is born as. This is so deep, and we've discussed this. It was mentioned in the DSM, which is the diagnostic manual in the medical world, right? In the psychological world, as an actual mental disorder, and it was removed. Okay? Yes, it is a spirit. Okay? It is a spirit. So this is where the spiritual part comes in. Why does this spirit exist? What does this spirit want? Where does the spirit come from? And what and who does the spirit feed off of? And I would say that it attaches itself to bloodlines that have curses to break. This is a curse that needs to be broken. Okay? This is a cursed spirit that needs to be broken off of bloodlines that have inheritances that are being held in a ballot because more fruit needs to come through. We can't get more fruit to come through if we're not naturally and healthily reproducing. Okay? It is a spirit. Good spirit, bad spirit, who's to say? You be the judge. But my encounter with this spirit has been looming heavily. And I wanted to make sure that, I talked about this before I went into not the periodic chart, but just some of the other things that we're going to be going over, because this is important. We have to learn not to be so judgmental and so close-minded when it comes to people who have lifestyles that are opposing to our own. And we have to also open the door to understanding ourselves better, because some people don't want to do it, but they're doing it because it's something they're familiar with. Again, familiar spirit popping up. And by the way, a lot of these conversations that we had, we're going into detail. And again, because there's another layer that has to be placed on it. We had to start looking at things from different perspectives. And we can't assume that someone was molested, or they didn't have a mother or a father, or they're sick, they're crazy. Every situation is different. But the one constant that I see is that these bloodlines that have people where there's at least 2 or 3 people in one generation that are gay, that is telling me. Okay, that is telling me. If you haven't noticed, yes, at the beach. I'm at the beach, okay? I had to charge. I had to come here and recharge. But I love y'all. Please take care of yourselves. I hope y'all drink your water, eat your fruit and your vegetables. And I hope y'all sip y'all tea, because it is free, okay? And I hope all is well. I hope y'all got some rest. I hope y'all are ready to have a good, prosperous summer vacation. Hope y'all are praying over y'all families and yourselves. and enhancing those bloodlines. Alright, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.